Let's see what this is. Hello, 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 hello. So you come and share this video. Share it in two places. We're talking about today fruits that are bad for diabetics. Fruits that is bad for diabetics. Let me do this well. I know I already did this before. It got deleted. You guys know that. But I came back today to repeat it. And if you guys can share it, that would be good. Let me get my hand wet with lotion. Fruits that are bad for diabetics. That's what we're gonna be. That's what I'm gonna be teaching tonight. And my hands are dry. I just washed my hands, so let me put some lotion in it. I have everything in the office. Hi everybody. How you guys doing? Join, and share. I think I'm gonna share it out to Facebook. Share. I shared it to Facebook. So fruits that are bad for diabetic. Number one, it's apple. No, pineapple. Apple is not bad for diabetics. So number one is pineapple. Pineapple, it's full of vitamin C and most vitamins, but also is bad for diabetics because it increases, it has a lot of sugar, So that sugar makes the diabetic sugar goes up. So if you use this pineapple, and you're diabetic, use it sparingly. That means use, you can, instead of 2 pieces, instead of 3 pieces that you usually eat, take half or one, and make sure the rest of your meal for that day is not containing a lot of carbohydrate and sugar, simple carbohydrates. Then number two is mango. Mango, king of fruits. Mango is loaded with vitamins and minerals. Vitamins and minerals. That's what mangoes are loaded with. They're good, all those minerals and everything. Vitamins and minerals are good for our body, but unfortunately, these mango contain loaded with a lot of calories and carbohydrate. So that turns into sugar for diabetic guys. So mango, it's beneficial, but on the other hand, because of the diabetics, it increases their sugar, and that's what we're preventing. We don't want their sugars to be high. So number three is watermelon. Watermelon. Watermelon has vitamin A, B, and C, and folic and magnesium, folic acid and magnesium, but it's also full of sugar, increase high level of sugar. So in order for a diabetic to enjoy watermelon, just take some, just moderation is everything. If you have to avoid it, just avoid it completely. But if you don't want to avoid it, you can just cut a little bit just for the taste of it. And number four is bananas. Oh, you see how? And I love bananas. But I mean, I can eat it. I'm not diabetic. But for me to avoid being diabetic, there are a few things we all have to avoid, not to trigger what we don't have. So bananas, sparingly. You can eat banana. If you were eating a whole one, eat like half, or 1/4, or share with somebody once in a while if you're, if you're craving banana. But it's bad for diabetic because of the content, the sugar content. Number five is grapes. Grape. So when I go to Nigeria, I see grapes being carried around on the those guys that sell things around when you're driving. Those guys that they carry apple and grapes. Those grapes are also bad for diabetics. So if there's anybody in Lagos or in Nigeria right now that is diabetic, those guys that carry grapes around, just turn your face away, buy the apple instead. So the grapes have vitamin C, K, and they also have fiber. You guys know what fiber does. Fiber helps you to move your bowels. So they have all that, and they're good for your hair and your skin. And but I tell you, they're loaded with sugar. They're loaded with sugar. So one or two grapes will not harm you, but just make sure you avoid it. If you're craving it, be moderate in taking it at all, even if it's one or two grapes just to quench your thirst. That would be good, but it's bad for diabetic if you are diabetic. The sugar content is too high. So raisins, you guys know what raisins are. You know, raisins, whether dry or fresh raisins, they are low in calories, but they are high in fiber and also contain a lot of sugar and a lot of carbs. So raisins are really not the best for diabetic. If you're craving it, take one raisin or two raisin. Don't take a handful. That will increase your sugar. So be very careful with raisins. If you don't have to eat it, you don't have to. Don't eat. You know, they said what you like might put you in the box, and it's a saying. What's in the box will put you in the box. So its sugar content is very high, so avoid it. Don't bother with it. So lynches, you know, I don't even know if we have lynches in Nigeria, so I'm not gonna worry about that. Or whoever, you know, wherever anybody's listening to me from, they are very, very high. Lynches are very, very high in sugar. Their sugar content, one lynch contains 29 grams. 29 grams, that's a whole lot. So that's one fruit that diabetics and everybody will avoid if you have to avoid it. Even when non-diabetics, that is too high of a sugar. So even when you're not diabetics, avoid all these things that's full of sugar, because you know what, like Bill Cosby would say, it's just for the mouth. The taste is just for the mouth, not good. So the least but the last but not the least, it's I tell you, every time I come, that's when the phone will start ringing. My phone hasn't rang since. So number 8, the least but not the last. The last but not the least is uh bait, date, DATA. So I think we also have that in Nigeria, because I grew up in the north, and I think I've seen date in the north, the dry one, or the, it don't matter whether it was dry or it's fresh, just avoid it. That one is a killer. That one has sugar and carbohydrate, and you guys know carbohydrate turns into sugar. So you know, just avoid that one. That one is just a no-go area. So that is, we, as much as we can control our disease or control the diabetes if you're really doing the right thing, checking your sugars and making sure every direction that the doctor gave you to follow, you are following them. You're eating less carbohydrate and more fruits. But again, there are some vegetables also that contains carb. You got to watch out and make sure you research everything you're eating. The disease is an expensive disease to maintain, but you got to do the best you can just to be here for yourself and for your family, because that diabetic disease is just when we're not careless with it, it's not a death sentence like everybody would think. But when you're in a country like Africa, a country like Nigeria and continent in Africa, it's like even getting the needle, the diabetic needle, to even give your insulin is it's a hassle. Everything is a hassle. In around here, for some people, there are some areas where that just help people with free syringes. They'll say if you're a diabetic, you can pick up free syringes. Everything doesn't have to be hard and hassle. They will tell you, oh boy, they will tell you, you know, to get diabetic insulin is a hassle. To go check your sugar is a hassle. And that is how you maintain diabetes. To always check your sugar and always watch what you eat. And if you're insulin dependent diabetic, you need your insulin You need your syringe to give yourself an insulin. And if it's a hassle to get the insulin, hassle to get the syringe, hassle to even do your blood sugar, hassle, everything is hassling. Hassle, you will hassle and hassle, everything just so hard. That's why we keep telling the government, listen to your people, listen to your citizens, make things a little bit easy. Oh God, messages hasn't been coming since. Now that I just come online, everybody's out of control. So what I'm saying, the extent is, that's why we tell our government, you gotta help. We have to help these guys. You have to help your citizens. Everything mustn't be hassle, hassle, hassle. Somebody is a diabetic in Nigeria, and because there's no maintenance area and all that, there's no diabetic clinic or anything, or maybe free at least to help people out and all that within a year, boom. And you come to the Western world, somebody will tell you, I've been a diabetic over 20, 25, 30 years, 40 years. You look at, you say, wow, wow. Why must where you are born kill you? Why? Doesn't make any sense. I tell you guys, make sure you check all the signs and symptoms of diabetes out, and make sure you always check yourself so we can catch things early. You guys know, when things are caught early, the prognosis is better than when things are caught a little bit late. Then it becomes not too good. But hopefully, we're checking our health, we're taking care of our bodies and taking care of ourselves. I'm not the best at taking care of my body either. I work Monday through Friday. So, but sometimes I ignore, like I ignore, like if I was having a headache, I just ignore taking Tylenol or anything. I drink water all day. But but all those little things, they're simple. But when you know that you really have a symptom, or you really have something that is bothering you, make sure you go check it out with your doctor, because they're the only people that can know, and all the equipment surrounding, and they're the only people that can tell you the truth. We can't gamble with our health, because if you look at it, if you're suspending your health problem because there's no money, or because you want to save money, God forbid, if anybody dies, who will use the money? That's it. So what we eat is we are what we eat. So what we eat should prioritize. We should prioritize what we eat, what goes inside our body, over clothes. That's how I look at it. But if you can afford both, bravo. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It's been 12 minutes. So the next one is how we can lower our blood pressure. You guys know, when I put all these signs in, I want to see if I can have a solution for them too. So since we already talked about the signs and what we eat, what we can eat and what we cannot eat, also we have to talk about how we can help ourselves to to have a better blood pressure, a better heart. And also, most let me see, I have lineup of topics. So hopefully I can do one every day, and we're gonna talk about cholesterol, so people can be aware of cholesterol. It's a deadly killer. After I talk about how we can lower our blood pressure next time, maybe tomorrow, then I'll talk about cholesterol, what we can do to also lower our cholesterol, and what we can eat and what we shouldn't eat. Thank you all so much for coming. Please keep sharing this video, spread it out, keep sharing it. You can't be sharing people where people are fighting. What would that do for us? You rather have free information and know how to take care of yourselves. And we all have to learn, know how to take care of ourselves, so at least we can push a little bit forward till God says it is. And all these Westerners that are really lasting, turning to 80 and 90 and 100, is because they have facility that enhance their lifespan, and also they get teachings like that from everywhere. They have clinic everywhere. They have nurses and doctors and therapists and everybody teaching them and coaching them how to live their life and live it longer than a disease coming to whoop them out. The simplest disease will wipe an average African out. It's a sad thing. It's sad. Thank you all so much. You all be safe. Coronavirus is real. Always wear your mask wherever you go. It don't matter if you have the vaccine or not. I know somebody right now that works on the other side with a friend of mine that got positive even when she got the two vaccine. So because you have vaccine, don't mean you should be, collecting everybody's cough. No, don't do that. Still wear your mask, and also make sure that you have your sanitizer, and also do hand washing all the time. If you come into my office, I have sanitizer readily for anybody who wants it. It's right there, sitting right there if you want it. Or if I go out and come back, because I don't know who touched my doorknobs all day. So I clean my hand first, then go wash it. Go wash my hand. Thank you all so much. Have a good day, everybody. Have a good evening, I should say. It's almost 6 p.m. here, which is late in Nigeria. Thank you so much.